It all started with days of heavy rain in northeastern Beijing. The Mun district received 573 millimeters of rain, nearly the entire year's average, in just a few days. The saturated ground could no longer absorb any more, causing small streams to turn into rivers, and then rivers to turn into giant walls of water that crashed into residential areas. The tragedy at the Typhoon nursing home has become a focus of anger and grief. The building is home to 77 elderly residents, most of whom are disabled. The building was outside the official evacuation zone, and no one expected the water to rise so quickly. As the rain turned to floodwaters, the first floor was submerged in water within half an hour. Staff and volunteers tried their best, even breaking windows to get the elderly out. But in the end, only 48 people were rescued. 31 died. Stories of survivors clinging to windows, watching their roommates disappear into the water, shocked the nation. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss heart-touching images, like the moment a dog was saved from a flood. Across the region, including Beijing, Hebei, and Shanxi, at least 70 people died and dozens were missing. More than 130 villages lost power and communications. Many roads and bridges collapsed, and landslides isolated mountain towns. In Hebei, the decision to open floodplains to protect central Beijing left tens of thousands of rural residents without crops, livestock, and homes. The Central Rescue Force mobilized 20,000 personnel, using boats, helicopters, and even bulldozers to clear access. Schools, gyms, and community centers were used as shelters for thousands, but the grief was unbearable. Many families waded through the mud to search for loved ones. Many elderly survivors silently stared at the floor, as if they could still hear the rushing water from the terrible night. Initial damage was estimated at hundreds of millions of dollars. Farmers lost their crops, transportation was disrupted, and hundreds of thousands of people had to be temporarily relocated. Officials admitted that drainage and flood protection systems built decades ago were no longer able to cope with the extreme rainfall. Public confidence was deeply damaged as areas once considered safe became death zones. But amid the devastation, there are also flashes of humanity. Neighbors hold hands to wade through the floodwaters. Firefighters carry elderly people out of the water. Volunteers hand out bottles of water and packs of noodles. These images remind us that despite the fury of nature, people can still fight back with a spirit of solidarity. Meteorologists warn that extreme rainfall like this will become more common in China due to climate change. Even places once considered safe are now at risk. The floods in Mun, Hebei, and Shanxi have left behind more than just devastation and casualties. They have also left a haunting question. When the next storm hits, and it will surely come, are we truly prepared? What would happen if the planes flew together? Immerse yourself in a world of luxury on the world's largest ship, the Titanic, as it crosses vast ocean currents. turning miners into real climbers is no small challenge. Have you felt how small you are when you see the bottom of a cargo ship? You won't believe how these artistic photos are drawn. Bad news for those afraid of snakes. You might not know they can do this. When the work of removing the rails was going on, there were only a few minutes left until the end of the work shift. Suddenly, an iPhone 14 Pro Max falls from the sky and hits you. I wonder how excited you will be. Perhaps this is the Red Sea, where many treasures are hidden in the Caribbean pirate movie, right? When you ask for just a drop of hot sauce at an Asian restaurant, I'm willing to give you a lot. Let's observe how they adjust to this heavy journey. It seemed possible because they seemed so bulky. One of the most impressive aerial displays for me. It was amazing to witness them live from close range. Peaceful scene as a deer runs through the cold layers of snow and loses itself in nature. Summer is finally here, and it's time for us to immerse ourselves in the cool waves of the sea. If you need support from above, immediately call the hotline for ground helicopter teams. This guy deserves a round of enthusiastic applause for his amazing performance. We saw a caterpillar that inspired many animators. Dams always carry strong flows and their attraction. Be careful if you don't want to get into trouble. Normally, all it wants is to ask you for some food. Perhaps you were confused with the seal? It is a manatee, a species of elephant family. A mother's love is always sacred and wonderful, as you can see from the way a mother's manatee covers her firstborn. After long, tiring days, let your soul relax and immerse yourself in lighter things. If you find this octopus scary, leave number 1 inch the comments. Be careful because the swamp always contains invisible monsters. It's amazing. I wonder how people climb on those spinning hats. Oh my God! They lost a giant octopus right before their eyes. This is the fastest way for a rhinoceros to move to a new home without affecting it. It is also known as flying rhinoceros. This smell tester was created while still in the early stages of development and operates on milk energy. For those wondering how an octopus moves, here it is. They are the masters of escape and hiding that you should watch out for. Marvel at the legendary horns of a buffalo warrior, a symbol of extremely special strength.
How enchanting can it be underneath the cabinet door?
This guy is so pitiful, so tired that he no longer has the strength to feel scared when looking down at the height below. This will make everyone declare that they want to make a large amount of money, but it depends on your grit for this job. What could be more wonderful than directly witnessing a red stream flowing strongly, showing off its special power? Whales have giant bodies, but are like children, just wanting to play and have fun. Immerse yourself in the sea to enjoy wonderful and peaceful things like this whale family. Is there anything better than swimming with friendly and happy seals? It's all just a 3D performance of thousands of stars in the sky. I suspect that this guy has experienced failures in his life, but now he has learned from those experiences. Your experience will be even more wonderful when surrounded by the peaceful beauty of nature in the Dolomites. Oh wait, this horse looks exactly like a genuine rock player.